What is up, everybody? So, in this line of work, I deal with all kinds of people, obviously, right? Good people, bad people, losers, scumbags, dirtbags. And, the number one thing that I have to keep telling myself is that there are still good people in this world, right? And most of all, the most influenceable ones, the kids. And a couple nights ago, I had a lost little boy that was looking for his parents. They were walking around the mall. Somehow or another, the boy got lost from his parents. I got called in to try to help find the boy's parents. And this little guy couldn't have been more than probably 4 or 5 years old. Hispanic, very little English. I speak very little Spanish. I know a little bit, enough to get me by, but I can't hold a conversation with somebody, let alone a 4 or 5 year old that's speaking English and Spanish, but only knows a little of each. Well, anyways, finding that kid's mom and older sister was just an awesome experience because mom was upset, sister was upset. The little boy lit up like a Christmas tree when he seen his little sister and his mom, or his older sister and his mom. And mom was really happy. She didn't speak any English, so the sister, probably 12 or 13, had to translate for me. But, it's really cool. And, out of the blue, kids are so impressionable. They're like sponges, right? So if you as a parent have a negative persona of, a negative opinion of law enforcement, your kids are going to reflect that, right? They're going to learn that. So it's such an awesome feeling when I get kids run up to me all the time when I'm out and about in uniform, on duty, and they want to give me high fives, and they want to talk to me, and they want to ask me questions about my gear, and it's a really cool feeling. So now, after this has happened a few times, and now I carry around stickers, because what kids don't like stickers, right? So I ordered some stickers, and I give this kid stickers, and I give out high fives, and it's just a cool feeling, it's a cool experience. I felt, some people don't like this term when I use it, but oh well. I felt like King Kong on cocaine when I was able to find that little boy's parents, mom rather, and it felt great knowing that, that kid, I made sure that as soon as I made contact with the boy, I made sure he stayed with me the entire time, kept him safe, followed the appropriate channels to try to help find his mom and his older sister, and was able to. We located them, reunited them, and it was just a cool feeling. This little boy was wandering around for probably 20-25 minutes, not knowing where his mom was. I politely explained to her that she needed to try to keep a little bit better watch on him and, make sure he doesn't sneak away from her. But, it's just, kids are so impressionable, and it's all up to the parents to make sure that they keep a positive opinion, a positive influence of law enforcement in their lives, because you don't want your kids afraid. You don't want your kids afraid to approach law enforcement if there's a problem. And there's so many, and it happens to me all the time, and I hate it. Kids would be acting up, and I'll be around, and parents would be like, "Don't make me get that officer on you." And it's like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't scare your kids with law enforcement. It's stupid. Scare them in another way. Tell them you're going to take their Xbox. Tell them you're going to take their TV. Don't make them afraid of law enforcement. That's like the worst thing you could do. But it's just a good feeling knowing that there are parents out there that still teach their kids that law enforcement is good, and we're here to help. I had a conversation with somebody this morning. People don't know how to act in public anymore, and it's kind of annoying, right? And I guess it's a good thing too, because it's job security, right? But at the same time, we were talking about that, and it's like, I told this lady this morning that I was having a conversation with, and I told her, I said, I treat everybody cordial and with respect until they don't me. And if they're gonna act like a fool and start disrespecting me, I'm gonna stay as respectful as I possibly can, but I'm gonna get my point across. And if they're doing something they shouldn't, then I'm gonna handle it. But you shouldn't have to worry about that. People should just know how to act while you're in public. You know, last week some guy exposed himself, and then come later in public, and then come later to find out where he was at and what he did. First of all, he's a registered sex offender. Big no-no to be exposing yourself if you're a registered SO. And he shouldn't have been where he was anyways, to begin with, because there was kids around. He knows better, right? Being a registered sex offender, you know where you can and cannot be. And those are the types of people that I'm talking about, you know, that just don't know how to act right in public. And I don't know all the details. I wasn't there. But what I got secondhand is that the guy was not, he wasn't mentally handicapped. He was a regular, sane person like myself. But he's a registered sex offender, and he exposed himself in public with kids around. I don't know how I would have handled that, to be honest, because, you know, when kids are involved, it changes the dynamics of things, and I take it more personal, and it just, I don't know. Anyways, make sure you guys are treating your kids right. Make sure you're teaching them to respect law enforcement. Give a positive influence to your kids on law enforcement. Make sure that they're, you know, shown appreciation and showing appreciation. If you see a cop out and about, you see a security officer out and about, a fireman, EMS, whatever, say hi. You know, go up and talk to them. Most of them eat that stuff up. I know I do. I love it. I love having people come up to me and engage in conversation and talk to me, and especially the kids wanting to run up and give me a high five and stuff. You know, I was at a location last week, and I had two boys run up to me, probably 7, 8 years old. You know, and it's like they ran up to me and they both were running high fives, and they wanted to talk to me about my stuff, my gear on my belt. And it was cool, you know. And then Dad's sitting there, you know, like, just, you know, hey, how are you? Doing good. You don't mind, do you? No, not at all. I think it's cool. I think it's good. It's what needs to happen, right? Don't make your kids afraid of cops, law enforcement, fire, whoever, whatever, right? Law enforcement in general. Don't do it. Just don't. But anyways, yeah, that's my thoughts and opinions on that today. You know, I basically just wanted to share that one part of that story is that, you know, like, kids are sponges. They're very impressionable. So how you act is how they're going to act. And, you know, they're the next generation of people, and they need to learn to respect people in general. They need to know how to act in public. You know, raise them right. Simple as that. Anyways, I'm out. Have a great day, guys.